Systemic change, as many of you may know, is once you have an idea of what the definition is, the next challenge is figuring out how to get people to accept that idea and to understand it. So that's one of the biggest challenges that we face is how to get people to change their mindset about what systemic change is and the value that it adds to our change efforts. And some people think about a mindset as a mental model, but it's different than that. A mindset is an attitude, and when you look, even when you look in the dictionary defines it as an attitude. And so you can have, when you fix your mind, when you make up your mind, you create a mindset. You set your mind to something, and that attitude is either negative, you're opposed to something; positive, you support something; or neutral, you don't care about something. And so when we talk with people about systemic change, the attitude is usually negative because they don't understand systemic change, or if they do understand it, they see it as impossible because they think it's expensive, they think that they don't have the time to do this, and they don't have the knowledge or the skills to do it. And so helping people to open up their minds, to make their mindsets more malleable, more flexible is one of our challenges. And so that's one of our efforts with this Future Minds initiative I've told you about, is to try to provide people with a better idea of what can be done with systemic change, and to provide them with hope that it is possible, that it can be done. And people object all the time to this idea. When I make presentations, at the end of the presentation, there's almost always a hand that goes up and objects to what I say. And the objection is interesting. It almost always comes in the form of this: nice idea, but. And then what follows after the but is the objection. And I've learned several common ones that I've anticipated in the past. And one of them is, oh, this is a nice idea, but how do we pay for this? So you have to have answers to that. You have to provide people with those answers. Another one, nice idea, but who else is doing this? They want examples. So one of our challenges is to find examples. Another one is, this is a nice idea, but we can't stop doing what we're doing. We have to educate kids on Monday. Well, yeah, of course you do. And so how do you create systemic change if you can't stop what you're doing? Well, we have an answer for that. And another one is, this is a very common one too, is this is a nice idea, but we don't have the right people here. We don't have the right people working in our system to help us with this. So if you're thinking about leading this kind of change, you need to anticipate these objections and have answers to them so that you can help people to open up their minds, to make their mindsets more open to the possibilities of systemic change. Nevertheless, there are some examples, I think, of individual schools, not the districts, not the systems, but the individual schools that are using these new ideas of systemic change. One of them is the Carpe Diem School in Arizona. Look for that online. There's a wonderful videotape of this school and what it does. It's very professional quality. And it gives you a sense, a very good, clear sense of how this personalized approach to teaching and learning, which is what we're trying to create, this paradigm change, can have benefit. Charles Reigelou is working with a school district in Indiana, and he's been working with them for a while now, and they're working toward the direction of a whole system change. Some of the things that I've done in practice is my involvement includes, as I said earlier, with AECT and with the Division for Systemic Change, and I would encourage you to think about joining AECT and joining our division so that you can become part of who we are, and to share with us the expertise or the knowledge that you have, and to bring with you to us your objections to systemic change, so that we can have a chance to consider and to reflect on the objections that you see to using systemic change effectively.